Hello, my dear students. MTP 203, Unit 4, Chevron Spiral Folding. This is another technique of tie and dye. In the fourth unit of this course, we are going to learn some more textured methods of creating tie and dye patterns. This way of obtaining a chevron or zigzag pattern is quite different from the rope method. It provides opportunities for many renderings of chevron scheme. There is a change to introduce rich texturing and more variety in size and changes of direction. Objectives. Studying this unit will provide you an insight into folding cloth with chevron spiral method, creating vivid textures with this particular method. Introduction. Chevron spiral folding is an ideal technique for producing backgrounds, decorating narrow strips of cloth such as scarves or panels to be made up into skirts and dresses. There are two ways of tackling the folding process, but in both cases, the end product is the same. A flattened spiral tube. For both methods, fold the cloth. First of all in half lengthwise for a single chevron. Into 4 or a double chevron, and so on. Pin or tack the material. Method. A ruler or pencil, a strip of plywood, thick cardboard, or a length of broom handle is required as a base round which to wind the sample. Hold corner A firmly in place at one end of the base, while the rest of the sample is wound round it to form a spiral tube. Pin or tack corner C in place. Put pins at intervals along the tube. Remove the base from the tube of cloth. This should slide out quite easily. Flatten the cloth tube with an iron if necessary. Hold the tube in half lengthwise. If it is too wide or cumbersome to bind effectively, the lines, bands, or areas of crisscross binding, whichever are used, must be made at right angles to the folded edge. Remove any pin. Dye, rinse and dry. Add more binding before dyeing the second or the third color. Dye, rinse, dry and untie. Self-check questions. This is the first of your question. I will let you have the answers towards the end of this lesson. What type of patterns are achieved in chevron spiral folding? Question number 2. How many ways are there to tackle the folding process? If you have discussed and answered these questions, let us continue. This type of folding is carried out without the help of a base, which is more precise and probably more suitable for lengths of cloth than method number 1. It is possible to begin at either end, fold corner A over and pin to the selvage edge so that a right angle triangle is formed. Fold down the cloth at corner A at an angle of 45 degrees so that the selvage is parallel to and just touches the folded edge. Crease and pin in place. Turn the whole sample over so that the present top surface is face downwards. Again, turn the next piece of selvage over at 45 degrees so that it touches the folded edge of the previous layer. Pin in place and turn the sample back again so that the original surface is at the top. Continue to turn the selvage down at 45 degrees until the entire length of the cloth is formed into a flattened spiral tube. Bind and dye as required. And more binding for second color. When working on a very long sample, tack the folded tube carefully and bind for about 8 to 12 inches at both ends. Roll each end into a ball and tie. Bind a further 6-inch roll. This on the ball and tie. Work towards the center from both ends in this way until all the bindings are completed. The balls of tied up cloth may be enclosed in pieces of old nylon stockings or paper bags and secured with rubber bands. When tying up a scarf, the cloth can be folded in half or into 4 across before folding lengthwise. Then proceed as method 1 or 2. This produces the chevron pattern in reverse on half the sample. To dye border patterns, fold the cloth into 2, 3 or 4 thicknesses lengthways. and wrap one end only diagonally round the base. Bind for one large chevron or several finer ones by making a wide or several narrow bands of binding respectively. The rest of the sample may be left unbound. For a plain ground or covered with open or crisscross binding for a textured ground, dye as required. The spiral tube method can be used for patterning long but narrow lengths of very fine cloth. Activity. Make a table cover of 36 by 36 inches with the above method and the technique. Let us continue our lesson with the next method. Fold cloth into 4 or more thicknesses lengthwise until it is reduced to approximately 1 to 2 inches in width. AB is the width of the cloth and ABCD is a square. At B, fold the cloth up at an angle of 45 degrees so that AB is horizontal in length with the top edge BC. At C, fold the cloth downwards at an angle of 45 degrees so that BC becomes vertical and touches AD. Make narrow bindings at A and D at right angles to the new folded edge. Now, turn the sample over back to front. Fold the top edge down at an angle at 45 degrees and bind as at A and D. Continue turning the sample over from back to front, folding down to the top edge at 45 degrees and binding right along the tube of cloth. Additionally, bindings may be made before the first or second dyeing. To produce diamond shapes and regular chevrons, first fold the sample into horizontal tucks, making 3 thicknesses of cloth. Pin or tack these in place. Proceed with the lengthwise folding as if it were single cloth. To produce diamond shapes, make the diagonal folds. Come across the center of each horizontal tuck. For irregular chevrons, ignore the tucks and make the spiral tube in the usual way. Summing up, in this unit we learnt in details the various methods of creating chevron spiral textures of tie-and-dye on the fabric. Different folding and binding techniques were explained under this context. Possible answers to the self-check questions. I had asked you 2 questions. The first answer is, chevron spiral folding is an ideal technique for producing backgrounds, decorating narrow stripes of cloth such as scarves or panels to be made up into skirts and dresses. The second question was, how many ways are there to tackle the folding process? The answer is 2. Terminal questions, I can give you some questions. At your ease, you can think and do them. What are the methods of obtaining chevron spiral patterns? Next, discuss different methods of folding in spiral chevron technique. Thank you.